Yep. Okay, we're going to go into public portion. The first speaker is Susan Greenhall, and on deck is Peter Topping. You have 3 minutes once you begin, Susan.
Good morning, Presiding Officer McCaffrey and members of the legislature. Thank you for the opportunity to provide comments. My name is Susan Greenhall. I'm the Senior Advisor for Election Security at Free Speech for People. We're a national nonpartisan, not-for-profit organization committed to protecting the Constitution and democracy for all citizens. And that includes making sure that our ballots are counted on the back end, not just getting people to the polls. That's why we have an election security program that focuses on making sure that we have secure, trustworthy voting machines. I am here to speak in opposition to the capital budget item 1451, which I've seen some of you at other committees and also one-on-one, and I wanted to add some additional information. There is a big problem with these machines because they cost more. I know that there's been discussion about this and that the Board of Elections has asserted that they will not actually cost more, that they'll save money. That is contrary to everything that we're seeing in other states that run these machines. They are a cash cow for the vendor because they're using computers that require additional programming, additional software licensing from the vendors. They tether us to the vendors for a longer period of time, requiring more cash. So I would urge the legislature to require the BOE to hire an outside independent auditor to do a cost projection for using these machines versus hand-marked paper ballots, which we have right now. Hand-marked paper ballots are recognized as the gold standard around the country by computer scientists and other election administrators as the best way to vote in a secure, trustworthy, reliable way. People across the political, ideological spectrum all agree that this is the best way to vote. From the Federalist Society to Common Cause to our organization, we are in agreement that we should be using hand-marked paper ballots, and 70% of the country does this. In addition to the cost of these machines, one of the biggest drawbacks is that they record our votes in a unreadable barcode that is unverifiable by the voter. Now, I have heard that the Board of Elections has pushed back and said, no, your votes don't get recorded in the barcode. It's actually only information about the election district. I have gone back and checked the New York State Board of Elections certification documents and public demonstration. The system that was certified by New York State last summer records and counts the votes in a barcode. If the vendor is offering another configuration or another version that is not certified currently in New York State, we cannot buy it. That is unequivocal. I can point you all to that information if you need it. I will just quickly share with you the fact that these machines have failed spectacularly, not just in Pennsylvania, which people may have heard of, but also in Monmouth County, New Jersey, where they actually seated the wrong person in the election that needed to be recalled in a new election run. We can provide information about that. We also have a letter from the Long Island Progressive Coalition, Common Cause, and my organization. I'm happy to share with anybody. Thank you, and I'm happy to meet with anybody one-on-one.
Thank you, Susan. Appreciate it. Next up is Lulu Friestadt, and on deck is Susan Hansen.
Good morning. My name is Lulu Friestadt. I'm the co-founder and executive director of Smart Elections. Before becoming an elections advocate, I was an elections security journalist. My security investigations received more than 4 million views, and I've been quoted and featured in the New York Times. I'd like to ask that the flyer we passed out to legislators be attached to the minutes of the meeting, and I'm here to speak about the resolution to fund new voting machines. I do not recommend that you use the ExpressVote XL. Security experts say it is badly designed. Auditing experts say that elections held on those type of voting machines cannot be confirmed by audits. There's a tremendous consensus among election experts that the most secure, accurate, and affordable voting system is a hand-marked paper ballot system with accessible devices available. And research shows that that type of system tends to have the shortest wait times to vote as well. I want to address the issue of the long ballots because I heard you discussing that at a previous meeting, and I understand that your election officials have recommended the ExpressVote XL to handle long ballots. This is very confusing to me The Dominion voting system that you have is being used in San Francisco, and in 2022, they had more than 50 candidates in ballot questions. I spoke to a colleague there who said he knew of no problems handling the long ballot. So I think the question of why you're having trouble with long ballots really deserves further exploration. The ExpressVote Excel summary card is a limited length. I have one here. A Philadelphia advocate where they use the ExpressVote Excel told me that it's 19 inches long. And he said, I question whether New York's even longer ballots, once local and federal elections are combined, will fit while also maintaining minimum font size. So I don't think this summary card is the answer to your very legitimate concern about longer ballots. But one of the other vendors, Clear Ballot, who's also authorized in New York State, emailed me that their ballots can go up to 30 inches long. They told me that they were not given an opportunity to demonstrate their system to the Suffolk County Board of Elections. So I would encourage you to investigate further and look at other systems. There's also another vendor, Hart Intercivic, who has a hand-marked paper ballot system that has also been approved in New York State. And what I really want to talk to you about is the vast expense of switching to a touchscreen system. This really has to do with how many voters each voting machine can serve. The ExpressVote XL is authorized to handle 450 to 550 voters. The system you're currently using, the Dominion ICE machine, is authorized to handle 2,700 voters.
If you could please wrap it up, time's up.
Sure. So you will be purchasing up to 5 times as many voting machines. We really seriously urge you to reconsider. The best choice would be a hand-marked paper ballot system, and there are many other options available. And I'm happy to meet with you further. I have a lot of other information.
Thank you very much. Next is Susan Hanson, and on deck is Denise Alexa.
I'm here to comment on the upcoming vote that includes the purchase of new ES&S voting machines. Election and voting machines are a hot topic these days and very controversial. What concerns me most is the lack of collaboration in making the decision to purchase new machines. What do I mean by that? I suspect the Board of Elections has had meetings, discussions, and presentations with ES&S vendors and lobbyists. Let me repeat that, vendors and lobbyists. But did they, in their decision-making, have meetings, discussions, or presentations with citizen advocacy groups? Some of those groups are here today. SmartElections.us, you just heard Lulu speak, and Free Speech for People, Susan spoke earlier. They were granted 3 minutes to comment and make their case. That hardly seems adequate. They are vehemently opposed to this purchase and have very valid concerns that should be discussed and considered. $34 million is a lot of money. We need to take a step back. We need to reconsider. We need to listen to other voices, other alternatives, and perhaps think outside the box. I would ask the Board of Elections and this legislature to reach out to the citizen advocacy groups mentioned and remove the provision for the $34 million purchase of the all-in-one ES&S voting machines. Please take the time to make a truly informed decision. Thank you.
Thank you, Denise Alexa. And on
Good morning. I'd like to read to you a quote from Harry Howry regarding voting machines. Howry is a recognized subject matter expert on cybersecurity forensics, attack, and defense. He has worked extensively with the U.S. military, Department of Homeland Security, and the intelligence community. He is also the co-author of HAVA, Help America Vote Act 2002. Here's the quote. The voting machines have not been used properly since they were introduced, mainly because of the complexity. The certification process is broken. The operational security process is broken. The transparency and auditability process is broken. We actually have private companies getting states to sign contracts that forbid transparency. It's insane. And that's the quote. Today, we heard the beautiful singing of the Star-Spangled Banner at the beginning of this meeting. We should all take some time to listen intently to the lyrics. Land of the free, home of the brave. We should take note of the times in which it was written. I would submit to you that we are in a modern version of those times. Thank you very much.
Barbara Cataletto.
Good morning. I'd like to speak about the ES&S machines. The recent information presented at the Ways and Means Committee last Thursday, specific to the $34 million allocation for machines, has brought about a degree of consternation between citizens and the representatives. It is certainly an area that requires a great deal of evaluation, but it seems that our local representatives have not invested the required time to make the best decisions for the public. We look to these representatives like yourselves, that you will hold on the decisions made without adequate investigation or may actually be a breach of our constitutional rights, even bordering on being illegal. There are many constituents who have a great deal of knowledge and experience available to continue this educational process and provide insight as to the significant concerns and challenges to these purchasing of these machines. We are asking you for your audience and meeting and the involvement of others by way of inviting representatives to participate in the debate as well. These decisions may hold grave consequences at the ballot box if these machines are purchased and deemed illegal or ineligible once the lawsuits begin or are decided. Thank you.
Next up is Roy Reynolds.
Yeah, hi, it's Roy Reynolds. I'll be done in 30 seconds, don't worry. Okay, I'm here as a voter in Suffolk County, and I'm here in favor of hand-marked paper ballots. And I really appreciate the integrity groups that showed up here today to speak. Some came a long distance to be here, and they know what they're talking about. So I trust you'll listen to them and do the right thing, all right? Because I know I'll sleep better at night, and I'll have more confidence in the elections and my vote. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Reynolds.